the Rythmia Life Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I have the joy, the honor to be with these two beautiful souls, and the joy and the honor to be with you every week. So thank you for popping into I Got My Miracle. Ashley and Derek are going to tell you all about what they received here at Rythmia this week, which is a lot. And we probably wish we had a lot more time because they got so much. So welcome, enjoy, and let's let them talk to you. Derek, Ashley, you want to say hello?
Hey, everybody. Thank you for attending today's live. And I'm excited to express with the best of my ability some of the benefits that I received this week and the transformations. I think I can convey, but just stick with me if I'm a little lost for words.
And you want to say hello?
Yeah, I'm Ashley, and same. I'm ready to dive in.
And I was very blessed that these two gems came to class, so I got to see you from the beginning and watch you transform, which has been such an honor. And do you two know that you look different today?
I feel it, but
I feel it. And
yeah.
we were told that we should take pictures throughout the week and compare, and we have been. So
have been?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's going to be an interesting display, right? Just look at it Sunday through Sunday.
It's actually
there
pretty
was
funny.
there was transformations happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So what was your intention, the two of you, in coming? How'd you hear about Rythmia? How'd you get here?
My intention was that I knew that I was blocked somewhere. I've been sober for over 11 years, and I've done a lot of self-work and learning self-love to heal so many challenges, but I felt like there was just something that I wasn't quite getting, and I felt like I was holding myself back, and I felt power, but it's like I couldn't get there, and I couldn't figure it out no matter what I did. And I felt like it was the key to something greater, but I don't know. I didn't know what to do.
It was. So your trust was coming here to discover that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What would you say, Derek?
So I have a very similar situation with a little different details. I was also very blocked. I've got over 9 years sober, and I was not living my best life. And no matter what I tried to do in my spiritual practices, in my meditations and journaling and my daily work, I was hitting a brick wall. And in the last 18 months or so, even though I was sober, I was falling into the deepest, darkest, bottomless pit of despair. And I found myself at the bottom of a bottomless pit. That was the scariest thing I could ever imagine. And it affects everything in my life. It affects my marriage, my relationship with Ashley. It affects my work and the people I work with. It affects my emotional and mental capabilities so profoundly that the best way I could describe it is that I was allergic to the entire world. So imagine being allergic to most people, places, and things. And no matter how much you try to journal and meditate and seek outside counsel and put that smile on and that mask on so that you can keep your job and you can try and keep your marriage, nothing worked. And that's why I had to come here. A famous person was speaking about this place on a podcast. I love this person. And when Ashley and I decided this is something we need to do for ourselves to save our own lives, there was only one place that we were willing to take that chance, because if it was good enough for this person whom I look up to, it's easily good enough for us.
Yeah. And I'd been drawn to ayahuasca for several years, but I was really looking at my intention of why I wanted to, especially in sobriety. And I finally found my peace with it. And, you know, I had severe trauma and PTSD that I worked tirelessly at, but I knew that there was, and I am happy with how much I grew with that outside of Rhythmia. But
Mhm.
once I came here, I had no idea that the missing link was everything.
That's so important. You two are so articulate. That was beautiful. You spoke to so many points that
Mm.
how often do we do our practices, whether it's in the program or whatever practices we're living, and something still isn't working. We're still butting up against something and we don't know what it is, but we know that we can't keep living that way.
Mhm.
So you listen to the call that we have to do something else.
Something drastic.
Yes. Which coming here and doing the deep work here, it's not like a walk in the park. It's
Mhm.
intense, intensified, but it's worth every bit of it in my book because we transform.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So tell us with that, and thank you for describing that so well. What do you now know about yourself? What is some, and I know there's so many of the miracles that you caught that you know now that you didn't know, but it's fulfilled because of that intention you had that got you here?
That's going to be tough.
It's a really big question.
I'm only crying because it's so powerfully
Mm.
joyful. And, you know, I had something that I had hidden for 25 years and I thought I would keep it forever. And you know, at first, very early on in the week, it became clear that that was my block. And I was really mad about it, to put it nicely. Because I was like, I'm not giving that up. Like, I've done everything else over here. That's enough. But I didn't realize that was the block. But then as the week went on, I realized that unblocking that was just the beginning. And I didn't realize how much power I have. I didn't realize how unblocking that was preventing my voice. Like, it was I realized the block was in my throat. I'm a professional musician. I'm a life coach. And I knew that I wasn't reaching everything. And now my eyes open to, oh my gosh, I am a healer. And not only that, I have the power. I've been given, you know, the power. I've been given life. She gave me breath in one of the ceremonies. Like, I almost, my body just went, like somebody just brought me back to life because I finally had unblocked. I'm getting chills. And I saw all my ancestors, and I had no idea. I always wondered why I couldn't connect with my ancestors in like meditation like everybody else. And now I saw them all, and now I could heal them all. And then I realized that I connected with my split where, you know, where this block occurred was at the age of 3. And then I saw this picture of me smiling, and I'm like, there you are. And I had so many visions too, like just nonstop visions and channeling and downloads. I filled multiple journals during ceremonies of just like
During
wow,
ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
That's good.
I wrote in the
never
dark.
reading my writing. When it's in ceremony.
Well,
Some
one
of
of-
it's a little illegible.
That's courageous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I connected with that 3-year-old that I had no idea. I thought my block was 6. Anyway, long story short, I was able to so powerfully connect with that 3-year-old that one night I had a rebirth and realized that I thought I was going to be I was promised I would turn into a butterfly with the qualities of a butterfly. And I turned into a lion, a butterfly, and a moth, and all the qualities. And I could, the light that I was given could heal so much. And I healed my mom. I healed my siblings. I healed my ancestors. And then when it was really scary sometimes, I tapped into when else have I felt like this in my life? And I was able to heal all of those and no longer be afraid. I no longer have PTSD. I no longer have trauma. I no longer have eating disorder. I no longer have hatred. I just have such a different, everything is so different the way that I see things and relate to them. And it's like, even if I'm scared, it's okay because it'll pass. And like when I was most terrified and shaking, I could feel my ancestors holding me because I'd healed them and now they were healing me. And now I know I can go anywhere. I have everything that I need to connect with my power and to articulate that and to just, there's just such a knowing and a connection that I mean, I don't really care what anybody has to say. And I used to be, up until now, a serial people pleaser to the point of extreme unhealthy behaviors. And, you know, it's a lot.
That was beautiful. That
a
was
lot.
beautiful. There's an expression of freedom, right? Like you are living a life of freedom now. From the,
I never had
that's
that.
what it feels like, right? Listening to you is
And
like
hope.
yes, yes,
And security,
yes,
and safety.
Safety.
I never had safety. No
Yeah.
matter what I did, I was just,
Mm.
I never had safety.
This
Now
is
I do.
miraculous. This is miraculous.
Oh, I would like to add, you know, going into Rythmia, I didn't know what the future was.
Mm.
But after one night, I turned to him and I said, do you want to do a shamanic wedding? And like, we were connected so powerfully, and I received so many messages of his true nature. And I was like, whoa,
But
that's pretty cool.
We're already married.
They got
Yes,
married
yes,
again,
for
which
years,
is so
but-
beautiful.
This was a shamanic wedding that we got to do.
Yes.
Spiritual wedding.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. That was beautiful. Okay, Derek,
All right.
how can you wrap that up with that's like so deep?
I knew that I wasn't going to be able to articulate this very well.
I think you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my best. This is such a majestic, out of this universe experience. It's so mystical. It's hard to not sound kind of kooky, but it's real. There are other things out there that you may or may not know about, or believe in, or have experienced before, but they are real and they're there, and I've experienced them firsthand this entire week. The despair turns into total bliss and gratitude.
Mm.
You can go from being stuck in a victim stage and ruminating about how horrible things are because nothing seems to hit, and all of the efforts you put in your life just fall short, and you're at the bottom of that pit, and that despair turns into hope and gratitude because of the journeys and because of the tests that you pass while you're on those journeys, and the connection that you get with Mother, God, the universe. You realize that you have this army of spirits and souls on your side, that you now have the confidence to go forward and build the life that you've always wanted. And for me, I was given up at birth. I had no idea that this was an issue for me. I had a great family that adopted me. So what's the problem? Well, there was 3 months where I didn't have any parents. So my biological family gave me up for adoption, which I was so happy that they did that because I got to live. So why would I have any problem there? Then I got adopted by a wonderful family 3 months later. So that's fantastic. The problem was I was abandoned for 3 months. I had no mother or father or anybody for 3 months. I don't know where I was. I don't know how many other children were in that room being taken care of by however many nurses, but I didn't get what I needed. And it gave me this horrible scar where I was abandoned. I wasn't provided for. I had no connection to a mother. And I had to somehow, at 0 years old, fend for myself and self-soothe for 3 months. And that split my soul to where I'm I was up until now hypervigilant, scarcity mindset, control. I had to control everything because I was afraid I wouldn't be provided for. And that leads to a lack of faith. and I merged back with my soul, my true self, which is a newborn that's full of life. And one of my biggest intentions on my last night with the shaman was that I want to live life like a child at play. And what's crazy is that my signature on my personal email is a Heraclitus quote that says, "Man is most like himself when he's a child at play." I've had that for years. I didn't even know I had this issue.
Wow. Wow.
That's the universe I'm talking about. That it is all happening.
It's the intricacies that we can't see with our outer eye that are always occurring, that we catch in moments like this.
Yep.
There's this safe place. Can I interject this right
Yeah.
here? Because you just hit it. Like this safe place for you two to come in with your intentions of like, we've done this work, but something's not right. And then you find out, oh, wait, there's so much that is to be healed and so much power within us when we have the clarity to understand what occurred.
Yeah.
And a choice to heal and come back together.
Yep.
What qualities do you know of yourself right now? Like if you describe yourself in a quality, if you say, I know about myself now, I am this, what would those qualities be?
I'm strength and I'm a protector.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
I am a healer and a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Those are beautiful qualities.
Yep.
And now you're bringing those back
Mm-hmm.
to be this, you, the truest nature of you in your world.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
I am so thrilled. I'm so thrilled.
And what's nuts is this is the beginning. Like
It's
we just
true.
traveled to the
It's
other side of the
true.
universe, got reduced to a bucket of atoms,
Uh-huh.
rebuilt
Uh-huh.
in our original image that we lost for so long,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and now it's only starting.
That's
And-
just
and
the
it was-
most exciting news.
And if you had told me that I would be reduced to like the ooze of after a caterpillar,
Yeah.
which I was a couple times, I realized that I actually wanted it, and I thanked Mother Ayahuasca for letting me have the honor of doing that and being honored to be called to do
Mhm.
this work.
Yes.
And it was like it became a total flip of like, please, what else can you get rid of? Please, please just take it. Take
Yes,
everything that doesn't serve me. Like, please. Oh, I missed something. Oh, thank you. And that was just like constant. And then it just became a ride, like
Yes.
what's next?
Oh my goodness.
So, oh, by the way, his biological mother and his mother and his ancestors visited with me the night before your stuff. So
Yeah.
she told me her name, and she told me that she gave him up so that he could live.
Oh my goodness.
She had to save her own life.
Yeah.
Keeping me was not the right thing for her to do for her
Mhm.
life. But
Okay, now you're going to make me a bucket of tears. We're in the middle of this. We're going to be like, but to catch that,
Yeah.
like we as humans search in our lifetime for the answers of like, why do I do this? Why is that pain? Why do I have to control things? And when we bring that here and lay it down, I mean, you two are exactly what, remember we talked about on Tuesday when I'm like, you're these channels of lights and you're going to unpack it all. And then you're going to see it in your so your channel's clear. And that's exactly what you courageously did. And it wasn't from my practice here and observing you. I can't say it's easy at times, but it's so worth it
Mm-hmm.
because now you're living, you just hit it. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And any
Right.
any question that I asked, I got an answer to immediately.
I didn't. But I got a lot of tests. I got a lot of silence.
I did too. Yeah.
I got a lot of silence.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did on the last night, I should say.
But that's because I know her very well, and she's further along in a lot of this stuff than I am. And Mother forced me to sit with myself and not dish out answers. There were plenty of times she did, but when it wasn't appropriate and I had to go through the hoops and
Yes,
I had
yes.
to go through the ooze of metamorphosis, she let me sit there in my ooze, be reduced to nothing
Right.
to be transformed.
Yeah, that's true. She taught me a
Okay.
lot about patience, but
I would like to be here with you guys all day long.
Yeah.
I told you there's so much. This is brilliant.
Mhm.
Are you coming back to see us?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay, good. They didn't hesitate. They
No.
just said yes.
that's not a question.
Yeah.
So what would you tell someone, and you said everything brilliantly, if somebody's out there thinking like, okay, if they're on the fence, is rhythmia for me? What would you two say to them?
Well, it absolutely is. There's no question about it. This could solve so many of our world's problems that we are going at the wrong way. Without a doubt, yes, you need to come here. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to put it off until you can't anymore. And then you're going to remember me saying this, and then you'll come here. So I would just, you're going to have to be at that point in your life where you're not going to have a choice.
Mm-hmm. You have nothing to lose. We didn't know how he would pay for it, but we knew that this was the answer. Yeah. And that knowing, we ended up making it work, and we're going to make it work
Multiple times a year.
Just, yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm
We
not,
get to do this again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bless your marriage. I'm so happy
you.
for you two
Thank
to
you.
bless this marriage that just keeps evolving and growing. Because if you think about it, the marriage you just went through
Mm-hmm.
in the last 24 hours is a new marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you two
Mhm.
have shifted.
Yep.
So now you're just in the midst of this whole new chapter of your life.
Well, here's the other thing. Yes. Wait till you embrace your significant other during this week. You have never felt, no matter how strongly you felt for this person, you have never felt a connection or a love or a bond like you will when your soul has merged again. So if you're not doing this for yourself, do it for your marriage and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, it doesn't get much better than this. This is like heaven. This is why I love to be here, why it's an honor. Someone in class said something like, thank you for this. And I went, no, thank you. Because I have the honor of being with you and hearing all this and watching you change and transform. So I can't wait to do it again.
Yep.
And we will be right here. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
We'll see you at Rythmia. You could clearly catch the brilliance, the love of Ashley and Derek, and know that their life is just beginning again, and so is yours. So come and join us. We'd love to see you. Have a beautiful day. Checking out from Rythmia Life Advancement Center now. Signing off. Ciao.